In this channel, we do math for fun.
Hello everyone, today we're going to solve the 1983 AIME Problems 2 through 4. Let f of x equal the absolute value of x minus p plus the absolute value of x minus 15 plus the absolute value of x minus p minus 15, where 0 is less than p is less than 15. Determine the minimum value taken by f of x for x in the interval p is less than or equals to x is less than or equals to 15. So to solve this problem, what do we know first? We have to see what we know first. We know that the absolute value of x equals x when x is greater than or equal to 0. And the absolute value of x equals negative x when x is less than or equal to 0. So how do we solve this problem? We simply see that first, we can simplify all the absolute values, take them out. We know that x minus p is greater than or equal to 0 because x is greater than or equal to p. Meaning that the absolute value of x minus p is equal to just x minus p. What do we also know? We know that x minus 15 is less than or equal to 0, since x is less than or equal to 15. This means that the absolute value of x minus 15 is equal to 15 minus x. Well, how do you simplify the absolute value of x minus p minus 15? Well, we can simplify this by seeing that first, x minus p is greater than or equal to 0. But x minus p is less than 15. Meaning that this is just the negative of x minus p minus 15, which is just 15 plus p minus x. Summing the three of them, we get 30 minus x. Meaning that the minimum value of 30 minus x is just the maximum value of x, which is just 30 minus 15, which is 15. What is the product of the real roots of the equation x squared plus 18x plus 30 equals 2 times the square root of x squared plus 18x plus 45? Well, we can use substitution here. Let y equals x squared plus 18x plus 30. And from here, we substitute y in, and we get y equals 2 times square root of y plus 15. And from here, we square both sides, we get y squared equals 4 times y plus 15. And y squared minus 4y minus 60 equals 0. We also see we can factor y squared minus 4y minus 60. We get y minus 10 y plus 6 equals 0. And from here, we get that y equals 10 or negative 6. However, y cannot be negative 6 because it is an extraneous solution. When you plug it back in, we get negative 6 equals 2 square root of 9, meaning that negative 6 equals 6, which is not true. Well, negative 6 does not equal 6. That is true. But negative 6 equals 6. That is not true. So from here, we see that y has to only equal 10. And we know that x squared plus 18x plus 30 equals 10. And now, subtracting 10 on both sides, we get that x squared plus 18x plus 20 equals 0. And you're asking for the real roots, so we need to check that both of these roots are real. And the discriminant is positive, meaning that both roots are real. B squared minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0. And the product of the roots is c over a, which is 20 over 1, which is just 20. So 20 is our final answer. Now on to question number 4. A machine shop cutting tool has the shape of a notched circle as shown. The radius of the circle is root 50 centimeters, and the length of AB is 6 centimeters, and that of BC is 2 centimeters. The angle ABC is a right angle. Find the square of the distance in centimeters from B to the center of the circle. So we can draw a larger diagram right here. And then label the points A, B, C and call the circle center O. And we can draw a line from O to A and O to B and O to C and draw the altitude of the triangle AOB and call it H and call the length from this point P to A K. We know that H squared plus K squared equals 50 by the Pythagorean theorem. And we also know that BP is 6 minus K since the length AB is 6. And if we drop an altitude right here, the length from, let's call this point Q, from Q to C is just at H plus 2. So H plus 2 squared plus 6 minus K squared equals 50, since the length of OC is also root 50. And now we can simplify. We see that H squared plus K squared plus 4H minus 12K plus 40 equals 50. Simplifying, we get that H squared plus K squared equals 50, and 4H minus 12K equals negative 40. Because H squared plus K squared equals 50, and 50 minus 90 is negative 40. We simplify and get H minus 3K equals negative 10, meaning that H equals 3K plus 10 minus 10. It's 3K minus 10. And plugging in 3K minus 10 for H, we can solve for K, and then solve for H, respectively. So we get that 3K minus 10 squared plus K squared equals 50. 10K squared minus 60K minus 50 equals 0. 10 times K minus 1, oops, it's plus 50. K minus 1, K minus 5 equals 0. So K can be 1 or 5. If K was 5, that would mean that H would also be 5. And that would work. So that means K is 5. K equals 5. And H equals 5. Now going back to the original problem, we're trying to find OB, the distance from B to the center of the circle, which is just H squared plus 6 minus K squared. That would mean that since H is 5 and K is 5, that would mean that 6 minus K equals 1, meaning that 5 squared plus 1 squared equals 26. And the length of OB would be root 26. But that squared would be 26. So the answer is just 26, since they're asking me the square of the distance from O to B, or the center of the circle to B.
Please make sure to subscribe, share, and like this video, as well as turn on that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.